So Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic did an article talking about the future of Erik Ten Hag. Well, according to his report, it says that INEOS and Sir Jim, they're actually making future plans with Erik Ten Hag. Tour, like hotels and travel plans, recruitment, all those things. They are working with Erik Ten Hag. So it kind of gives us also an idea, like, okay, how they feel about Ten Hag. So he continues on that article, he's saying, look, several figures at Manchester United organization feel that Ten Hag deserves a chance, right? Deserves a chance to work with this new structure that INEOS is trying to put forth, right? New structure, the Jason Wilcox when he comes as technical director, Dan Ashworth, proper structure. So they feel like he deserves that. The INEOS and the higher ups so far, they feel like, okay, the continuing injuries that Ten Hag has faced this season has contributed in him, having a terrible season. We didn't have constant back four that he can work game in, game out. Chopping and changing defense has contributed to his performance and the team's performance this season. We've seen that with injuries. Alessandro Martinez being out, Luke Shaw, Varane, players are falling like flies. So personally, Ten Hag really, guys, he has credit in the bank, right? Yes, last season, he won us a trophy. We hadn't won a trophy in such a long time, right? So I think that credit, at the end of the day, it will buy him some more time, in order to figure this thing out when it comes to this team with a proper structure above him. So Laurie continues on the article saying, look, the main people who are going to be in charge to determine Ten Hag's future is Dan Ashworth and Omar Barada. And both of them, they're not yet at the club. So right now, making that decision to sack Ten Hag, really, who's going to make the decision? We know Sir Jim definitely is not going to do it because he trusts the footballing people to make footballing decision, and i.e. sacking Ten Hag is definitely a footballing decision. So this link of, Gareth Southgate, Graham Potter, I think it's the only reason that we are hearing this is because Dan Ashworth has worked with them before. Then probably that's why people are linking him to our team. But really, how are you going to sack Ten Hag and bring in Southgate? It doesn't make any sense. Or even Graham Potter. And from the article, it continues saying, like, look, especially when Dan Ashworth takes on a role, he usually needs some time to evaluate, the team that he has, right? And takes that time, to review what is going on, how to fix it. And if that's the case, then when he comes on board, whenever that happens, he's going to take some time to evaluate Ten Hag, right? Instead of, watching from afar what he sees now, he will want to see it with his own eyes while he's at the job before making the decision of letting him go or keeping him. As Ten Hag has, mentioned to INEOS team, he's willing to take the role as a head coach, meaning that, he doesn't have to be the manager, right? The setup INEOS is trying to bring, right? To have a head coach reporting to the technical director, I think reporting to the sporting director, that kind of thing, right? Which, that's the structure he had at Ajax, really. So when we see these articles, people say, well, Erik Ten Hag had said in the past that he wants full control of sporting decisions, recruiting and all this stuff. That's not the case. Ten Hag is willing to pivot in order to continue at his role. So far, who's been leading most of the changes at Manchester United is Sir Dave Brailsford, right? He's like the de facto CEO right now. Other managers have been sacked due to performance, like missing out on Champions League, right? But it looks like this time, INEOS, they're not really trying to gauge it on that, hey, if we don't get Champions League, Ten Hag, you're out of here. They're going to look at other things. They're going to look at other factors before, just pulling the plug. Performances, in short. So we'll see. Maybe does that mean now, again, Ten Hag may be given more time because obviously, it looks like, guys, we may not get, if you don't know, we may not get Champions League. All right? We know that. We know one person who's going to be at the door is John Murtough. So John Murtough, it looks like he's done ski from Manchester United at his role. We thought that they're going to restructure him, give him a different position, but he's going to be gone. That is a positive, man. John Murtough, you know, he didn't have the caliber to do the job very well at Manchester United. So him going is not the worst thing. Obviously, they're going to bring in best in class to take over. It's going to work is when Jason Wilcox comes on board as the technical director, the way it looks like it's going to work is Ten Hag is going to be reporting to Jason Wilcox, and then Jason Wilcox will be reporting to Dan Ashworth, right? So that's how the hierarchy looks like it's going to work. It's going to be just, your job is to coach the players in your playing style, right? And of course, in that hierarchy, and then Dan Ashworth is going to be the one reporting to Omar Barada, which is a pretty nice setup, I would say. And it's a setup that Ten Hag didn't have before. And again, he deserves to work in that kind of setup to at least give him a chance, give this team a chance to operate properly, like a proper team, like Liverpool's and Man City, because we've never had that structure ever since Alex left, right? So all these managers that came after him, they were just doing their own thing, hence the failure, the lack of trophies. You lot, do me a favor, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hit that follow. That way you do not miss any new videos coming out of this channel. All right, back to the video. In the INEOS regime so far, or what is understood is they don't want to, rip it up and start over. The changes that have been done so far in the summer, they're good enough for now. Then you're going to bring in a new manager to, again, it creates another issue because right now they see that Ten Hag's fingerprint is felt all over the team, from the youth all the way to the senior side, right? And they feel like that is a good thing because he's already on there. Ten Hag has evaluated the entire team, the youth team. He has a certain way of advancing them to the senior team. So INEOS believe that is good. They can leave that part and work on fixing the other things, which have been more of a problem than Ten Hag. So in short, guys, listen, it looks like INEOS, they are backing Ten Hag for now. It looks like Ten Hag may be here to stay, regardless of the situation that he's faced now with the wins and losses and stuff. Maybe Ten Hag may be here in the summer. I really hope, man. This manager, he deserves it. Let me know in the comments below